It's Ryan Stanton here, and thank you for tuning into this video. Every now and again, I'm going to be doing some music videos, talking about concerts, documentaries, reviewing what I think as a music fan. And on this video, I'm going to be talking about the Beatles and their new documentary that's streaming on Disney Plus, Beatles 64. So I've been looking forward to this. I couldn't watch it on the 29th, but I managed to watch it last night, quite late. I watched the full 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it went so fast because I was enjoying it that much. But I'm going to give my honest opinion, my honest review on it. Now, as a Beatles fanatic, I claim to be anyway, I've seen a lot of footage of the Beatles. So I've watched all their films. I've seen, the anthology, and I've seen loads of stuff on YouTube. And yeah, I just love loads. I've seen loads of interviews where they've done snapshots and B-roll footage of the tour in America. So I've seen loads and loads of this. So I wasn't expecting to see anything new, but I was surprised. There was clips that I haven't seen before. Now, I have watched some other people's reviews on YouTube recently. Me, Mr. Mayo, who's really good, Andrew Dixon. I'm big fans of the two. And they actually brought to my attention that there was a documentary. There's me claiming to be a big Beatle fan. There's a documentary that came out in the past called The First US Visit, which is all about the 1964 tour, which I'm going to watch. And apparently, there's a lot of special scenes on the DVD that was included in this documentary, which I hadn't seen a lot of that before. So for me, it was quite refreshing. I would imagine for some Beatle fans, you know what to expect. But I think if you're watching the Beatles, you're just getting to the Beatles for the first time, dipping in and out of the Beatles now and again, this is definitely a must see. There's a lot that you wouldn't expect to see. And I was impressed, and the actual quality of it as well. Now, I know Martin Scorsese was the producer on this one, which I thought was impressive. The quality, now, it wasn't like You Get Back where it was completely, analysed to the T and colorized or anything like that, but it was definitely cleaned up, and the sound quality of the concert that they did, I just thought it was just really good. And Long Tall Sally, that performance, and Roll Over Beethoven at the end credits when George Harrison was singing, I thought again the audio quality was second to none. But what I would say about this is, now I've got a lot of love for this documentary. I really am a fan. I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't very chronological. There was a lot of times where it kind of went from a different performance, which was over a week in, then it went backwards. It would have been better to sort of be in a more chronological order, but apparently that first US visit DVD does show that. That being said, the format of the documentary was still very, very interesting. I really enjoyed it, very entertaining. There's fresh interviews with Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and archive footage of John Lennon and George Harrison that we've all seen before if you're big Beatles fans, but it was still refreshing to watch it. That's what I love about the Beatles. You can see stuff that you've seen before, but it still feels like you're watching it for the first time. And there was a little clip of John Lennon that was new to me as well, where he's on the train. I think they're going to Washington. And this is obviously just before the Hard Day's Night film. And he sort of says to the cameraman, yeah, so our first film is going to be like this on a train. And I thought that little things like that was good. And just their personality, it's amazing. They would have all been around 21, 22, 23 at that time. For example, Paul McCartney, when they was on the train, back then you wouldn't show clips of microphones or anything like that. And he said to the camera, go on, film the microphone, define convention. And I just, things like that. And being interviewed, is this culture? And he said, no, this is not culture, this is just having a laugh. So they were very, very bright for their age, and we always knew that, but you see their traits and their fun personality in this documentary, and it's just good to see that. And it's good to see a different buzz with the Beatles, because obviously I love Get Back because I'm a big fan of the later Beatles. That's how I got into the Beatles. Abbey Road, the White Album, that was more my era, but I love the early Beatles. But when you watch, obviously, Get Back, although it's a lot more positive than when you watch the Let It Be movie in terms of their spirits and everything, you know that obviously they're on the way out. Whereas here, they're young, they're fresh, and they're just loving life, it seems. And it's still crazy to see Beatlemania, to see all the fans. And there's a lot of different interviews with different people. Like, for example, footage of the crowd that I haven't seen before being interviewed. But it was just, for me as a fan, it was just so refreshing to see that. And it was good to see Brian Epstein make an appearance. At one point, I was thinking, is he going to be on here? Are they going to miss out Brian Epstein? But no, he was included, which was really good. I definitely think if you're a Beatles fan, you've got to watch it. I think if you're a new Beatles fan, definitely watch it. And I think it's a fantastic documentary. Like I said, there's a few little bits and pieces where I feel that, you know, it would have been nice to see maybe some more performance shots. There wasn't a lot of the Ed Sullivan Show. I thought there would have been a bit more on that, maybe some more behind the scenes or a bit of their performance. And like I say, it wasn't in a complete chronological order. But that aside, I think it's definitely a brilliant film, and I just can't wait to see more Beatle things in the future. It just amazes me how the legacy just keeps going on and on and on. Obviously, 60 years on since they toured America, so definitely check it out on Disney Plus. But I'm looking forward to doing more Beatle videos in the future and music in general. So please make sure, if it's the first time you've come onto this channel, please hit subscribe, give it a like and notification bell. Make sure that's switched on for more updates in the future. Thank you.